Hello, happy Monday, friends. Please forgive me for feeling a little bit raspy. I'm a little bit under the weather. I've not been feeling well. I don't know if it's like outside weather or fall changes or what the problem is, but I have got a huge sinus migraine. I've been fighting it for 2 days. I'm getting ready to head into work and we'll see what happens. Um, but I am not feeling well. And so now is a great time to talk about our topic, which we've been talking about all week, which is about motivation and helping ourselves to be able to get going in the right direction. So let's talk about what that feels like specifically when we have big goals that we want to accomplish. I know that I have 5 goals that I'm working on this quarter, which is a lot for me, but I'm trying to gain some momentum going into the new year. And so it feels a little heavy. It feels a little crushing at times, but something that I want to remember is that even though I'm juggling home and work and my business and family and all of the things, that there is a way for us to get unstuck when we are feeling less than motivated to do the kinds of things that we want to do for our businesses. So I want to reiterate, the first thing is that you don't have to be ready to start. You just have to take one tiny step. I'm going to reiterate doing laundry because that's what we talk about here. It's funny that this is a planning channel and I spend a lot of time talking about laundry, but I want to talk about laundry in this sense because when we are looking at those huge piles of laundry to do, and we have to do the sorting and the washing and the folding and the drying and the drying and the folding and the putting away, probably in the correct order. We don't want to fold them before we dry them, but the only way that it's going to get done is if we do one thing at a time. So when we are looking at our piles of laundry, let's just sort. First, we're going to sort by putting things in the colors. And once you start doing something, it will feel like, okay, good, I've got the momentum to go and I need to just continue and finish. And so when we are working on something that's big and daunting and feels overwhelming, yes, it might look like it's huge piles of laundry, but if we just sort one item, then we're getting started. Same thing with a big project that you might be working on. If you just do one small task, then you're going to find that you have that momentum to start moving forward with your with the things that you want to complete. Now, I will tell you that the one thing that I have learned most about momentum is that we just want to get things done. They don't necessarily have to be perfect. They don't necessarily have to happen all at one time. They don't have to be crystal clear and beautiful graphics and all of that. It just needs to be done. If you are struggling with getting started, you just go and you get it completely finished, and then you can go back and make those small tweaks. If you're doing a workshop, this is a great opportunity to just show up. I just had a vendor in my vendor vault who was like, I've never done this before, and she just showed up. She did fantastic. Yes, there are some things that she's already recognized that she wants to do better, but she showed up and she did it. And sometimes that's all it takes when we are trying to find the next gear in our business. In that motivation is just showing up and doing the things, even if they're not exactly to the caliber that you want them to be at. Most business wins come from trying before you're even ready, or trying in general. And in order to be able to do that, you have to have that little bit of oomph that says, okay, I'm going to start. I don't know what the full process is going to be. I don't know if this is something that's going to work how I want it to work, but I'm not going to know unless I give it a try. And when we are talking about how we want to show up for our businesses and be successful, it's going to take you going through the hard pains of growing and learning so that you can be better and do the things that you want to do. I still show up. I mean, I showed up in a vendor vault event yesterday for my spotlight day. I had no makeup and I was wearing my glasses, and I was really just kind of struggling to get through the day because, again, I didn't feel well, but I showed up, I did the things, had great conversations, and just had a lot of fun. So sometimes it's messy and sometimes it's not exactly what we want it to be, but that motivation to show up helps you get going to the next to the next level. So let's talk about very briefly an easy way for you to get unstuck. And this can be something that's done in a 5-minute reset. You're going to pick one super easy task, very, very small, very minute. Maybe you want to just write out your task list or do a brain dump for the day. Set a 5-minute timer and do that one thing. So I want to share a product with you. Many of you know that I use a rapid log. If you've been on the Facebook page, you're seeing my rapid log and what that looks like. If you're watching this on YouTube, you may not understand quite what I'm talking about for rapid log. So you can go and search me on TikTok, TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram. And I show different ways that I'm using my rapid log. But today I want to kind of focus on a product that many of you may have seen or may not have seen. And I want to talk about in regards to how you can utilize this to help you with your process of getting unstuck. So in this particular insert, you're going to see that there are a couple of different options. First, there is the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then broken up Saturday and Sunday. So you can plan out your activities and those kinds of things that you have going on throughout the week. Here at the bottom right here is a notes or a brain dump. I would definitely use this as a brain dump section. Write down all of the things that you have going on. I would probably split it into 2 columns right here, 2 columns right here. I'm trying to watch what my mouse is doing at the same time because it's not in the same spot. Then over here, you're going to see the priority tasks. You're going to take from this brain dump list and you're going to go, ooh, what priorities can I accomplish and have them accomplished, and they have high priority for this particular week. And then you're going to take your older tasks, things that are not older, other tasks, things that are a priority, yes, but they're not the top priority. If you are playing on social media, then you can definitely utilize this down here at the bottom. If you're not, then you can disregard that. You can put a piece of washi tape over it. You can make a grocery list, a grocery menu, anything that you want to there at the bottom. But I'm guessing if you're following me here on this channel, you are some kind of presence. You have some kind of presence on social media. So you could be thinking about topics or themes or something that you want to be talking about. So when we're talking about that 5-minute motivation, we're going to sit right here in the priority tasks because we've probably already done this brain dump section. And we want to be able to show up and do those things that are going to make us feel, act, do, and get things done and checked off. Another thing that you might want to think about is in your other tasks area, making it your simple tasks, your 5-minute tasks, your 2-minute tasks, something that you can get done really, really quick to, again, give you that little boost of motivation. So that is the Refined Weekly or Weekly Refined. You can find that on the website. I will go ahead and post a link to that in the comments so that you can go and check that out. So I want you guys to think about different ways that you can be building momentum throughout the course of the week. One action that you can do today towards your goal, whatever that might be, you can recognize the small wins that you have done. That's also finding some momentum, is saying, hey, look, I accomplished this today. I want to go ahead and shout that out and be recognized for it. Notice that what you're choosing, whatever you name it, however you celebrate it, this is your version of momentum, and it is something that you can definitely grab onto, gravitate towards, and help yourself to be able to dive into what you want to accomplish next. So maybe you're still struggling with this idea of momentum and building goals and doing all of that fun stuff. Well, I want to let you know that we do have a workshop coming up at the end of this month, beginning of December. It's the 5th, 6th, and 7th of December. We're going to be talking about something called the word within, putting your word in motion. And we're talking about motion, so motion, momentum, all of those kinds of things. And I have created a GPT, which my Plan and Place friends have already been kind of diving into and learning more about and getting a lot of ideas about utilizing their word of the year. We're going to use that structure to find the word of the year and then to help us to build our goals alongside that to help us have some great momentum going into the beginning of the new year. So hopefully you guys can all come and join us for that. I look forward to talking with you guys next week for our Game Plan Monday video. If you are finding things that you need some help with in your planning life for your small business, your direct sales company, or your network marketing, then go ahead and hit subscribe, follow along, hit follow if you're on Facebook, subscribe if you're on YouTube, and follow along for those things that you can help you take your business to the next level in making sure that you have a plan and executing it. I hope you all have a fantastic Monday, and I'll see you all soon.